Quite sure that you guys are not aware of the story that's floating around social media as we speak of now. This man right here, his name is Frank Tyson. 53 years old, out of Caton County, Ohio. He was unalived April 18th in the same fashion of George Floyd, screaming, "I cannot breathe." Those who are aware of the situation that happened with George Floyd, here we have another one, a man named Frank Tyson, 53, in the same fashion as George Floyd, screaming, "I cannot breathe." Here goes another picture of him. Excuse me. And here are the image. I will not play the moment leading up to him being unalived by Ohio officers, due to a collision on the road where he collided his car into a light pole. When the officers arrived on the scenes, they did not see a suspect. All they see was a car door open. A bystander pointed the officers to a VFW where you see Tyson, Mr. Tyson, standing there saying something. And at the moment he flipped over a chair, that's when the officers rushed him, put him on his stomach, proceed to arrest him. And you see one officer with his knee in his back of his neck, where he was saying, "I cannot breathe." He was screaming, "I cannot breathe." When you hear other officers saying, "Shut the F up," taunting him, berating him. "Oh yes, you can. You can breathe." So again, are we outraged? Here we go, another man being unalived in the same fashion as George Floyd, screaming, "I cannot breathe," and you have officers taunting him, laughing, saying, "Yes, you can. Shut the F up." They don't know this man who have any kind of health conditions. He's a little overweight. He's in his 50s. We don't know any type of conditions this man may have. You have multiple officers surrounding him. Where can he go? His hands behind his back. You have 4 or 5 officers surrounding him, all on the ground, trying to handcuff one man. Do you need to put your knee in his back? If he do try to scream and, move around, he's not going nowhere. You have multiple officers surrounding him. Where is he going? So, is this necessary? I think not. Let me know what you guys think about the situation as it unfolds. So, hey. Welcome over here to House of Queens TV. I am Queen of the South, Queen Red, Louisiana Red. If it's your first time, welcome over here. Thanks each and every one of you guys for coming over here, supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you guys for even getting a comment sometimes and get a conversation to pop in. Again, if it's your first time, welcome. Subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. Hit the like buttons. Get in the comments. Let's get a conversation to pop in. Also, you guys, what do you guys think about this? This is very disturbing. Again, similar to the same fashion of George Floyd. If you guys want to support the channel, you can do so. CASHAPP, super thanks, super sticker. Other than that, I would please, gratefully, thankful, just liking the content. That's all. Just a like and a comment. Those are the 2 things I really want you guys to do. Like the video and give me a comment. It's up to you if you guys want to subscribe. So let's go. Let's get it.
Minneapolis here, who was murdered by a police officer who kept his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 10 minutes as he too cried out, "I can't breathe."
Exactly.
Floyd's death and his last words becoming a rallying cry for the Black Lives Matter movement, spurring huge protests.
Please be advised, parental, because this is very expensive. Content can be emotional, traumatizing for continuously watching our black men and sisters being unalive by officers when they supposed to be here to protect us, not unalive us. Yes, the lane's gonna be a little heavy. So excuse me in ahead. Because I am angry about this content. 18 and up. And sometimes even our adults can't handle the things that are being said or viewed. But for precautions, 18 and up, please. I'm very angry. You guys ain't outraged about a man being on the line, but you guys will be angry about of a miscommunication of me typing, and y'all assuming that I said it's okay for white people or non-black people to say the N-word. That's what the fake outrage come from.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So again, 18 up, YouTube noted. All that. All that. In the words of Bob Marley, who are you to judge the life I live? I know I'm not perfect, and I don't live to be. But before you start pointing fingers, make sure your hands are clean. Facts, big period. In the words of Bob Marley, before you start pointing fingers, or you talking about my backyard, you talking about my house, make sure your shit is clean first. You start talking about this and talking about that. What you be talking about? What you be doing? What you be saying? Clearly, I don't give a fuck. Before you start talking about House of Queens TV. He, without sin, cast the first stone. Period. Here go a timeline of the incident that happened. Timeline from start police response. Police arrive on scene. Officers first encounter Tyson. Tyson is wrestled to the ground. A knee is placed on Tyson's back at 4:15. At 4:38, he said he cannot breathe for the first time. And at 4:55, the knee is taken off. At 5 o'clock, Tyson says last recorded words, I cannot breathe. 5 minutes. And at 6:30, his legs start twitching. Officer tell him to come down. And at 10:29, officers check his pulse for the first time. And at 13:15, officers start CPR. So it says right here, where it says the knee was placed, and then what says knee was taken off, that was 40 seconds, they say. And then like here, you have the whole timeline right here, you guys, of the event that occurred. You have the whole timeline of what occurred. So if you guys cannot see it, again, let me blow it up for you guys so you guys can see. They gave us a whole timeline of the incident that happened. So it was 6 minutes and 29 seconds from when he was last recorded words, "I cannot breathe," and from the officer check his pulse. And at the time of the other one, it was 8 minutes from his last words, "I cannot breathe," until the officer started CPR. So those two right there, where it says 5 o'clock, and then the 13:15, that was 8 minutes. And right there again, where it says 5 to 10:29. Thus was 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Again, here is a timeline of the event that occurred with Frank Tyson at the age of 53 years old from Caton County of Ohio, who was unalived by the police in the same fashion as George Floyd, screaming the same sentiments, "I cannot breathe." Yes. Yes. another one. We have witnessed on social media, if those who watch certain outlets, where people get arrested, they want to say, I cannot breathe, making a mockery of it. But we now see where it unfolded and it happened again. Again, he was not going anywhere. This man was surrounded by officers, put to the ground, handcuffed. Why did you feel like you had to put your knee on his neck, his back, wherever? But moving on.
Most disturbing about this video, as you mentioned, they weren't holding him down for several minutes as people pleaded with officers to ask them to get off, but it's what happened after he was in handcuffs. And you notice that he was very combative, yelling out, call the sheriff. And there's actually a woman in that video who says, no, they're here to help you. So it's clear that he's in some sort of mental crisis or health crisis here. And even when officers get him handcuffed, he doesn't make a peep. To go from being so combative to not saying a word should have been the first indication. You later see the officers making jokes about, at least one of those officers making a joke about always wanting to be in a bar fight. And it wasn't until they looked down and realized something's not right here that they finally called an ambulance. But it still took several minutes even after that ambulance was called for them to start administering CPR. Listen to what else they said during that body cam video.
Can you calm down? Yeah, he might be out. Breathing? Does he have a pulse? But if you want.
And that's his car. He obviously had a wreck, but again, we don't know who car this belonged to. We do not know that. This is all alleged. There he goes. He was yelling, but at the moment we don't see him being combative. Of course, and I'm not going to play this.
A story that is being shared and talked about all across Ohio. The Canton, Ohio Police Department in the Buckeye State releasing body cam footage.
It shows 53-year-old man named Frank E. Tyson die in police custody. The video at times can be very difficult to watch.
The encounter between the man and police occurred back on April 18th in Canton Township. 2 officers were called to a bar after police say Tyson, the man in question, ran there after crashing his car.
Officers walk to the bar, confront Tyson. That's when the encounter escalates, as you can see right there, while attempting to take him into custody. Eventually, Tyson dies.
Melissa Andrews joins us now in studio to kind of break down the body cam footage from start to end.
Mel, take us through what happened here. Well, the video, which is 35 minutes, 46 seconds, first shows Frank Tyson inside a Canton VFW hall. An employee asks police to remove him from the hall, and this is what happens when they approach him.
Pop-ups, you guys.
He's in the VFW. He ran in there.
He ran in where?
Right now, yeah, and his car's right there.
All right.
Yeah, he's in the VFW right now. That's in the VFW.
Bert, you want to come with me?
Over the next 2 minutes, officers make their way down the street and into the bar.
Please get him out of here now.
No, we're going outside. We're going outside.
No, you ain't killing me. You ain't killing me tonight. You ain't killing me. No, you guys are killing me. They're on here. They're killing me.
I'm not going to play that.
Another 3 minutes to realize something.
I'm not going to play the part of when he was being subdued, and then I gave you guys the still shots, and I think some had popped up, but I'm not going to play that over here on my channel. If you guys want to see it, just type in his name, and you guys can find it. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys for coming over here and viewing the content, but again, I am not going to show that here on House of Queens TV, because it's very emotional. It's depressing. Again, we is watching a man in 4K being unalive, again, by officers that's supposed to be here to protect us, not unalive us. So I will not be playing it over here on House of Queens TV.
Was seriously wrong. Officers can be seen on video attempting CPR for more than 7 minutes and at times questioning where the paramedics were. You can then see the paramedics arrive at 8:47. a full 13 minutes after Tyson first went motionless. The Canton Police Department identified the officers involved as Bo Schnagi and Camden Birch. 11 investigators looked into their records at the Ohio Peace Officers Training Academy. They were hired by the department in December 2022 and graduated from the police academy in July 2023. Jeff?
Mel, what do we know about what's happening with these officers? Any type of investigation into this so far?
Jeff, yes. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigations is handling the investigation into this. As for those officers, we know they are rookies on the department and are on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure.
Melissa, thank you. This is a story that...
And that's not so. Your job continues. Once the person is in handcuffs, they are in your care for their safety. In my opinion, and what we would have done, he should have came up off that floor, either have him stand or sit in a chair.
Max says he believes this goes back to the administrative level. He says it's necessary for police officers to care about the safety and health of those in their custody, and this should be reinforced through training. Reporting in studio, Megan Hartnett, WTOL 11. Canton Mayor Will.
So again, you guys, it happened that he got into a car wreck. He collided with a light pole. He got out of his car, went to the VFW, waited for the officers to get there, or I don't know if he called, but if you've seen it, a bystander said he's over there at the VFW. Officers went in there. They didn't even ask no questions. They, he was already on 10. They was on 10. They got into a little scuffle, put him on the ground, placed his knee. He was unalived, and there we have that. I will give y'all more updates as it unfolds. Later time, later date. But as of now, right now, what are you guys' opinion about Frank Tyson at the age of 53 was unalived by Ohio officers? I am House of Queens TV. It's a thing called life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Put your faith in God. He will see you through. He is all understanding. God love you. I love you. Hope you love yourself even more. I encourage my black men and women, everyone, live. Live. It doesn't matter if the police is wrong or right. Act you got some decency. You don't always have to be combative. Even if they are in the wrong. Live. That's all I want y'all to do is live. They got their body cams that should be on. The bar have cameras. People around may be recording. You can combat that in court. But at the time, in the moment, I want you guys to do is live. Of course, your adrenaline is on high. But we have seen this countless of times. People being unalived by officers. All I want you guys to do is live. That's all. That's all. So I am House of Queens TV. I hope you guys have a wonderful, safe day, night, evening, whenever you guys come across this content. Let's get the conversation. Let's get the conversation going. Please like the content. I would appreciate it so very much. Subscribe if you want to do so. Again, I will give you guys more updates as the story unfolds. Please be safe and vigilant out there. Everyone.